Hey everyone, Omri here, and welcome to another video. If you're getting my daily emails, you'll notice that there are little Easter eggs in the emails. The best example for it is the button that says Show Me Something Different. If you click on that, you'll see YouTube videos. At this point, it's YouTube videos. It might be something else in the future, but I'm sharing with you things I run across that I find either funny or in the moment really inspiring, something that I think you'd enjoy. So this week, I ran across a video from the band Journey for the song Don't Stop Believing with their lead singer, Arnel Pineda. I remember a long time ago reading about this, that they replaced their singer with a Filipino singer that grew up in Manila in the Philippines. And I gotta say, this guy is incredible. Watching him, his voice, first of all, is just so good, so close to the original. But beyond that, he's also a showman, and he comes from a tough upbringing, poverty, and it's just a great story, and on top of that, he's there on stage yelling Don't Stop Believing. It's just, if you know me by now, you know that this is my kind of stuff. I love romantic comedies. I love feel good stories, and this is the epitome of this kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it inspires you as well. I wanted to also thank Yoga Design Labs for sending me this beautiful yoga mat. It was probably sent to me 2 years ago, so this thank you is overdue. But it's been a while since I tested out a new mat, and I was excited. I noticed it in the stack, and I thought, "Ooh, maybe today's a good time to test it out." So I decided to do my first tutorial with it actually, and it is an extremely comfortable mat. I loved it. Yeah, the surface is on top is very nice and grippy. It has that velvet kind of feel, and the bottom didn't slip on the floor at all. It has a nice thickness to it, and I love the pattern. I honestly didn't think I was gonna like the pattern that much once I saw it, but it was very conducive to the symmetry of the practice. It went very well with what was going in my mind as I was moving. So much of what's happening around you is important as well when you practice. I mean, you could argue and say that it's not, it's about the movement itself, but I know that when the surface is comfortable, when visually it's pleasing, when the room smells good and feels good, it's great. It just feels great to practice. In that sense, we are so lucky to have an opportunity now to build our own little yoga spaces at home, away from the places we used to practice. We used to practice at these spaces. We didn't control them. There was a lot of things we liked. There were a lot of things we didn't like. But now, nobody's in front of me in the shower. And the room is nice and quiet and chilled with an AC before I start practice. And I know that my water's there and my towel is there, and everything that I need is so comfortably laid out for me. And then I can just click on the internet and watch a class, any class that I want. That is absolutely beautiful. So just like that first inspiring story about Arnel Pineda and Journey, the more teachers I see online, the more teachers offering their classes, I appreciate each and every one of them. I think it's such a beautiful thing, especially I encourage you to try new teachers that don't have a million followers. You know, sometimes you'll find a diamond in the rough. Sometimes you'll find that those people have something to offer that the big teachers don't. Remember that the big teachers have to cater to everyone. They have their own style, and just because everybody likes them doesn't necessarily mean you will. And a lot of these teachers don't have big budgets. They can't advertise. They don't have their name on a roster somewhere that you know and have access to. So look them up. Look them up. If you've taken a class with someone before and you like their class, look them up, reach out to them, say hi, send them an email, see if they're teaching online. And if they're not, ask them when they would. We can help each other build a different future for ourselves based on open and honest feedback that we can give each other. so that we become better people, that we understand better what we need. Communication is so important. For years, I used to tell these cool stories in my class. Oh my God, I used to go on and on about all kinds of stuff, just kind of like how I do here. And the owners of the studios would come to me and say, you shouldn't talk so much. You should just stick to the words and the dialogue. And that's okay. I'm not looking back and said someone tried to stifle my creativity. That's what they need. They need someone to recite the words and do nothing else, and they need to control that. But that doesn't work for me. That's not what I do. I talk. Sometimes I say interesting things, sometimes not so interesting things. But what's important is that I feel that I have an avenue for expression. Even if I'm putting things out there and no one's listening to them, that's fine. And if you're listening to this, I hope this encourages you. I have zero expectation of people liking this and enjoying this. I am not doing this because people have come to me and said, we want to hear you talk about nonsense forever. I'm doing this because it makes me feel good, and it helps me overcome fear. It helps me overcome anxiety. It helps me clear my head. It helps me square with myself. And that's so important to me. And it's something that everyone can do. You can put whatever it is you want out there and be yourself all the time. And I've always had a tremendous appreciation for people who did that. Thanks for listening again, and I will see you tomorrow morning.